You know, about 20 years ago, I was really struggling to be a yoga teacher, to really make it work. And I thought, maybe it's time to just give this up and go out and get a real job. And so one night, I informed my class that I really wasn't sure how much longer I was going to be able to keep this up. And maybe I was going to have to split and go get a real job, right? And after class, one woman, Christy, she approached me, and with tears in her eyes, she informed me, quite matter-of-factly, "You can't give up this job. I've got 4 kids at home under the age of 4, and what you do allows me to do what I do. You've got to teach this class." And frankly, I was taken aback for a couple reasons. Number one, I'd only been teaching yoga for a few years, and I didn't realize that my teaching actually made that big of a difference in people's lives. But what's more is that Christy helped me realize that whatever job I might have, real or not, I really wanted to do something that made a difference in people's lives. So I dug in deep and I worked on figuring out how to make this passion of teaching yoga into a real job by striving to make a difference in people's lives. Well, it worked. In fact, maybe it even worked too well. Because fast forward several years, at least a few years, and I'm literally teaching 27 classes a week. Completely unsustainable. And what I discovered that I was actually limiting my impact by trying to offer too much. So eventually I learned how to cut back so that I found myself teaching fewer than 10 classes a week, but I was earning 4 times as much. Crazy, right? But, eventually after a little while, I hit another roadblock. I mean, I'd kind of reached the, pinnacle of what I was able to do in that model of doing it. Great gigs were literally coming out of the woodwork, and I had this wonderful and enviable position of giving most of these to other teachers. So, I had long since proven that following my passion of teaching yoga could turn into a real job. But, in the spirit of keeping it real, I also discovered that I had plateaued again. And I realized really that the universe was asking me to figure out how to expand my career to the next level. Specifically, it was asking me how to learn how to reach more people, how to make a bigger impact. So again, I dug in deep and I figured it out. Or better said, I should say I'm figuring it out. I'm still figuring out. Either way, the results have encouraged me to keep going. And fast forward a few more years, and I'm floored again and taken aback to again be receiving this amazing feedback, emails from people from all over the world, people whom I have never met before, telling me about the kind of impact that I've made on their lives by offering my gifts in the form of yoga, and especially of Yoga Nidra. And, honestly, I feel immensely blessed and super humbled to be able to help people in this way, and to do it while making a better living than I ever thought possible as a yoga and meditation teacher. So do I think I've made it? Absolutely not. Not even close. In fact, honestly, I know enough to understand that I'm just at the beginning, right? This is just the beginning of what's possible. And what's more important is, one of the major things that I've learned along the way is that the more I offer my gifts to the world, the more we both evolve in spirit, energy, and love. But, all of this really isn't about me. Not really. This is really about you. Because one of the important things that I've learned is that there are people in the world who desperately need what only you can offer. Or maybe they need it in only the way that you can offer it. What I've learned is that fundamentally that I believe in abundance, that there is more than enough to go around. And if we will all just learn to share who we are and what we have with the world, right, everything's going to work so much better. And one thing that I have, and one thing that I want to share, is a bit of this knowledge about how you can make a bigger impact on the world while also making a great living doing what you love to do. And so I want to share this with you so that the world becomes a better place because you are sharing your gifts with it. Of course, we all say this, right? But I wish so much that I knew then what I do now. But one thing I do know is that you have a calling to make a difference in the world. And I'd really love to help you to learn how to get the word out. For many years, I've been mentoring other teachers, doing these one-on-one programs about how to make a bigger impact and how to, make a better living. Right? It's one of the most rewarding things that I do in my work. But for the first time ever, I'm starting a 20-hour small business mentoring training where I'm going to be teaching you step by step how to figure out, first and foremost, who you are and what your gifts are, but then also really get clear on your ideal client and how to connect the dots with a message and the means to change lives. I'm going to be teaching you my system because it works. And it's a system which I call the mechanism of influence, which organically attracts your ideal client and enables you to use your gifts to invite and encourage these clients to stretch into who they are destined to become. And it's a system which also feeds you back in the form of money, in the form of energy, and most of all, love. Because isn't that the currency of the world? My one-on-one mentor programs are geared to be personalized, intensive on your teaching or your business. And the personal and financial investment is larger, and the returns on this investment is really massive. However, this new small group business mentoring program affords you much, if not all, the same information, but with the added resource of a cohort, which is like, our small group of like-minded individuals. It also makes the information available at a greatly reduced price. So I'm starting this weekend. It's January 28th and 29th, 2023. And we're going to be going from 9 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. Mountain Time. And then again the following week, February 4th and 5th. And these sessions are going to be live via Zoom and recorded so that you can watch the replays as often as you want, lifetime access. But it also helps if you can't make all of the live sessions. So either my personal mentor program or the small group business mentor program is perfect whether you want to improve your main hustle or maybe you want to build a side hustle, right? And it's also perfect if you're any kind of teacher or a therapist or coach or a conscious entrepreneur, right? You don't have to just be a yoga teacher. So if you're like me and you want to learn to share your gifts with the world by turning your passions and your desire to help people into a real job and then turn that real job into a really good job, please consider joining me for either a personal one-on-one mentor program or join my small group business mentoring program, which again starts this weekend. I can't wait to start on this program, and I'd love to have you join. The world is waiting. Thanks so much. Have a wonderful day.